want to understand what energy of moon actually consists of, we can look at the sign of Cancer. And let's think about this sign from different perspectives. What we know about Cancer? Cancer energy is connected to the fourth house, so it's kind of similar energy, and the fourth house is about our inner space. In the same moment, the fourth house also connected to our place where we live, and this is like our inner world, so nobody sees it, only when we invite someone inside of our home. And people usually see what is in the 10th house, like what is going on in the outer world, but they don't see what is going on in our inner space. Another important thing which we remember about the Cancer sign, about the fourth house, about our moon, this is our mother. And of course this is a person who is taking care about us, like creating this space, like emotional safety and all of those kind of nurturing and kindness for us to grow up. But another thing which we have to remember is that this person was actually carrying us in her belly during the first period of our material existence. So this kind of space which she provided, field of energies for us to come to this planet. So when we see in our charts in which sign, in which house our moon sits, it actually shows with which energy, like emotional, our moon energy, with which energy we come on this planet, and we are coming from the past life. And in the same moment, this is energy our mom was actually staying in this kind of moods, because the same as you are staying in the liquid waters inside of her womb, the same way we are staying inside of the energy of this person. So all of the fears, all of the concerns, all of the things which was going on in the energy field of this person, it's absolutely the same. Like this person during the pregnancy, it's kind of the resonating with the energies of your moon energy which you came with from the past life. So it's not the moment to blame parents. And here I have the video about exactly this thing. So our parents just mirroring. They are kind of first mirrors in our childhood of what is going on inside of us. And the energy field which our mother was actually staying at during the pregnancy, this is about the space, the energy which we are providing for ourselves, the way we understand our inner peace, the way we believe we deserve to have emotional safety. And this is what kind of the space we are allowing ourselves to be and to live. This belief we are carrying from the past life, but it always can be improved. So moon is connected to the atmosphere which is happening in our inner space. It's like emotional atmosphere and the peace inside of us, or for example in our home. And when the person has strong moon, this is when you are feeling next to this person peacefully, and this person giving you kindness and acceptance. And when you are next to the person with a very unbalanced and stable moon, you can feel some kind of turbulence, or you don't feel comfortable, or you feel stressed, or you feel overwhelmed, or the person can tell you, for example, a lot of different harsh things which is happening inside of them, and you see it with such a kind of, oh wow. So, and this, the feeling which is coming from such conversation, this emotional field which you created together when you communicate, so this is actually our moon energy. So moon is different from Venus in this way. Venus is about sensations. For example, when we smell the smell, or we see the nice house and we like the interior, and when we communicate with someone and we like, for example, the voice or the appearance of the person, or we come to the restaurant and we like the way they serve your food which you ordered. It's like about giving this pleasure for our sensations. This is Venus energy. And when we speak about moon energy, it's about giving the feeling of peace and relief and relaxation, because moon energy is it's about coldness, it's about water, it's about chilling, like cooling. The function of moon is connected to cooling something down. And when we are feeling this kind of chilling vibe from someone, or on the opposite, we don't feel peaceful, or we don't feel safe, or we don't feel easy, because sometimes there's kind of tension next to someone or in some space. So what I mean by this is that moon energy is connected to how someone or some space make us feel. And what is important is that we can actually take care about our inner space, our inner processes, about our inner world by ourselves. This is when we are caring about our emotions by our sun energy. So our masculine energy starts to solve our problems, which disturbs our moon energy, emotional world, by different reasons. So something, for example, happening, we feel unsafe, or we feel worry, or we don't like how it feels, we feel shame, we feel sadness, we feel any kind of emotion, we feel guilt, or we feel tension in some way. So, and when we start to solve this, we attentive to this, so it means our masculine attentive to our feminine and starts to do something about it. It's like in the perfect family, when the woman has some problem, for example, in her household, and he asks for his man that here's a problem in our house, or you see some people trying to attack our house. And this moment, when this husband of her starts to solve it, starts to fix different problems in the house, and starts to defend them from the people who start to attack them in their house. So this moon starts to feel safe. She knows that she can rely on her husband. And in the same moment, he, with this in this situation, while he's taking care of her needs, he feels, his wings is coming, like he understands his value, he understands his importance in this house. But if we take the same situation, but let's say this woman asks for the help, and the man does not want to be overwhelmed by all of these problems and just run away, for example, run away at work, and she starts to handle it by herself, or she's not handling and she's just in panic because she's not knowing what to do, she cannot depend on anyone else. So this is how this masculine and feminine work inside of us as well. And if such woman face such situation and the man behaves in a wrong way, like running away, she cannot respect him. And when he will come from his work with his problems and saying my ego is hurting and I was fired, or something happened with anybody hurt his ego in some way, and he comes to her asking for kind of understanding, or he wants that she would provide for him this kind of space, ease, acceptance, like licking the wounds, she's not going to give it, because she will disrespect him for this situation when he left her with her problems. And then when she does not want to care about his needs, he feels not needed, and that's why actually he will not take care about her problems in future. So this locked circle is happening between, that was kind of like archetypes, and this is actually the same thing what is going on inside of our feminine and masculine, because sometimes we can express ourselves somehow in the society and we made some mistakes or something. We don't know what to do with all of this because our ego is hurt. We don't like, we want to jump from the cliff from this feeling. And in this moment, your masculine can be in this uncomfortable situation of not being accepted in the society, let's say, for something, and your inner feminine creates space for you, for your mistakes, for your things you did wrong, and your inner feminine does not hate you for what was done. Your feminine kindly accepts what is happening and kind of licking the wounds of this hurt masculine. And this is how they work together. And this kind of the providing this space inside for being who you are and allowing yourself to be who you are, trying to be honest with self, to admit your own mistakes and not hate self for this, because it's not weakness. Only when feminine and masculine work really not okay with each other, the person cannot admit mistakes, because it seems like weakness, and from the inner feminine will be this kind of painful needle that you are asshole, you're admitting you're wrong, something like that. But when there is a good cooperation work with feminine and masculine, sun energy and moon energy inside of the person, it's so natural to admit mistake, to be honest to self. So it's like masculine being honest to inner feminine, and inner feminine kind of says it is fine. I still who I am, I know what I'm standing for, and if I did mistake, I can ask for apology or I can fix it. I like the kind of inner process starts to solve this situation instead of hating self and ignoring the situation. And so the moon energy is literally for providing the kind atmosphere in which the healing process can happen in any way, because you know that every person or every especially we can see it in animal world, some animal was neglected on the street or in the circus, and then kind of people take it to their home, and in several months you cannot recognize this animal because this animal is super happy, because this animal was just loved. It was not that much done, but still in the same moment the kindness provided the space for this animal to rejuvenate. And the same happens with people, and this is why we actually kind of find the pair. I truly believe that it's one of the reasons of this kind of finding the pair. So you providing the space for another human, and another human is providing space for you, so you kind of can help each other to rejuvenate faster, because we have tendency to be self-critical or self-humiliative or belittling self. But when we have someone who loves us, so this moon energy is unconditional love, it's not sexual energy. Sexual and kind of lust energy connected to Mars, Venus, like this kind of passionate interaction. But love energy and kindness and protection, it's sun moon energy. And so when we are able to provide this kindness to another person, this person can provide this kindness to us. So this is how we can help heal each other. And of course it's also connected to food. Moon energy is connected to food. And while we are cooking for self and we're cooking for our partner, it's also the form of kindness and our care. And we cook also for our family, for our children, for our parents, for our friends. This is the form of putting your love into interaction with these people. It's your form of caring about them. It doesn't matter which gender you are. And if you want to meet the person with such moon energy, who can provide such space, the person who is kind naturally and who is accepting and understanding and tries to see in your flaws something to kind of support you on, or not to hurt you for that, it's very important to take care about your sun energy, because you cannot just, it does not connect. When you have not strong sun energy, it's just this moon in another person will react on your sun, the same as your sun energy reacts on that person's moon. And what is sun energy? I speak in this video. It's like more connected to our inner strength and our inner independence. But to provide this independence inside of self, we need to take care about our inner feminine, because when our masculine takes care about our inner feminine, this is how inner power happen. We start to depend on ourselves instead of depending on other people to love us, to take care about us, to provide something for us, because we are not waiting. We always get from the world what we are not waiting to get. And when we are not waiting that someone will help us in some way, like in any way, including kindness and love, we are not waiting because we provide it for self. So we are naturally attracting people who are naturally want to give it for us because our energy is already full of kindness to self. So just remember, the more kind you are to yourself, the more soft and gentle you are to your own mistakes, flaws, and all of these things which kind of challenge us in life, the more caring you are to your own feelings inside, the more healthier your vibration will be to other people as well, and the more healthier connections you will attract, because when you are kind, you will attract people who have same vibration. And if you keep meeting people who are very cold-hearted and very kind of abusive, so it's very dark side of masculine energy sun, to be to kind of provide very huge bad emotions to another person. So if you attract such sun energy, it means you are neglecting your own moon energy. And it's a moment for you, for your masculine, to wake up, to stand up for yourself, and to start to realize that you will not allow anybody and anybody's masculine to abuse your feminine, because this is like what's needed in such moment. Because the lessons of emotional abuse are for those people who need to grow in their inner masculine, to help and to provide healing and protection for their inner feminine. Because just suffering and just always forgive everyone and understand that they're just stupid, maybe they're just doing it because they don't understand, this is not an option. Sometimes you need to show your teeth. And when you show your teeth, those people's masculine starts to see, oh, okay. They start to rethink the form of communication with you. If they don't stop stuff like that, you will gravitate away from them. This is naturally happening because if your energy is full of self-respect, you will not attract people who don't know how to respect you. And to grow the self-respect, we need to take care with our masculine about our feminine, about our inner processes, about our inner turbulences. Like remember those house and archetype where woman and man live. So when woman has problems inside, man starts to take care about those problems. Then while he's doing it, his self-respect grows because she feels safe next to him. And when he will be hurt, the ego problems in masculine, she will taking care and licking his wounds, providing the space for him to be and to kind of rejuvenate. So those processes are constant, like all the time happening inside of us. It's never too late. Even if you're already in your very, very retiring age, it doesn't matter. You still can take care about your inner processes. And just, it's about giving, naturally giving, like producing love to yourself. And eventually you will give love to other people and attract people with very loving energy, not abusive. If you want to know more about your moon energy, you can contact me on my link on my website. And see you in the next videos. Bye bye.